I had a plan. As is usual in my world, the plan didn't go to plan. Here's why. Anyway, so I get in my car this morning and this is what I hear. That's the sound of the mistake I made last week coming back to haunt me. You see, in my Fairlane, you can leave the radio on regardless of whether the car ignition or accessory switch is on. And in this case, my radio has been left on all week. This is my starter pack. I actually did a short about whether this thing actually works or not. How does this thing work anyway? Well, you put this bit in here. You sit that somewhere near the battery and then you connect. Make sure you get your polarity right. It's a little button that's a bit hard to press there, but you have to press that on the side and that puts it in boost mode. I have said that before in a previous video. I am really amazed at the technology and the power of that little tiny battery, how it can provide enough current and voltage to crank over a car and get it going again. It's pretty awesome actually. What a great bit of kit, what a great idea. I've been waiting to do this for quite some time. I've got this cable from Holly. Along with that, I've got this newly resurrected laptop. And here's where my journey of mistakes and failures starts to gear up. But first of all, why was I here? The Holly Sniper EFI system is self-learning, and to a large extent it's done an amazing job of learning the way my engine performs and giving me beautiful drivability, high RPM. And I say high RPM very loosely because with this engine, high RPM is anything above 4,000, which most people would call not high at all. But anyway, I digress. It starts to fall over when you back your throttle off just that hair's breadth. It actually accelerates better. And so for this reason, I'd like to have a look into the fuel map and see what's going on in the guts of this system. And this is where I uncover my next failure for the day. Connecting up my ECU to the computer, opening the software successfully using Wine, and unable to get the ECU and the laptop to talk to each other. This is because while the software will happily run in Wine, the drivers for Windows will not. My next step in this journey was to install a Windows 7 virtual machine inside of my Windows Linux, then install the Holly Sniper software. Unfortunately, Visual Runtime C++ redistributable something or other wouldn't work, and I still don't know why. Most likely it's because Windows 7 is well and truly no longer supported. Not one to give up easily, I then went and searched for my Windows 10 installer disk, upgraded the Windows 7 virtual machine, installing the Holly Sniper software, and for once there was success to a certain extent. The capacity of this computer to run Windows 10 as a virtual machine inside of another operating system is way too underpowered for the task, and whilst it was technically successful, the actual use of this was unbearable, and therefore I had to start again. If you watched my previous video where I actually resurrected this laptop from dead, you'll see that I've actually come full circle, finally choosing to install Windows 10 as a sole operating system on this laptop so that I could then use this to run the Holy Sniper software successfully. Days of work wasted, apart from the fact that I got to make some videos for you. Hopefully you'll have a bit of a laugh with me about the fails that I've made so far. But wait, there's more. There it is. After a day of completely messing around, I finally got my resurrected laptop talking to my Fairlane over here. And honestly, you'd think that was pretty good. What comes next is an interesting surprise. Well, for some reason, since I upgraded the firmware and everything, my configuration file, I imagine, is not quite right, because my thermo fan stopped running. So here we are with a very hot engine, and I'm going to see if I can get those thermos running again. And what I found really interesting here is as soon as I plugged in that touchscreen, the thermos just fired straight up. I left the engine running for a few minutes with the thermos now working to bring the temperature back down to below 180 degrees Fahrenheit, and then I put my Fairlane away, shut everything down before I could do any more damage. So I hope you enjoyed watching this video as I shared some of my fails with you. Until next time, see you later.